What's good, XRP Army? We have super exciting news for XRP and Ripple and what's going on with the US and FIT21. So hit the subscribe, hit the like. Just in, Coinbase enables Ripple XRP trading in New York. Yes, fantastic news. Very refreshing news because Coinbase, as we know, is top. It is one of the top, if not number one, in terms of future, in terms of adoption with Base Network. This is going to be stellar, guys. Ripple XRP trading available on Coinbase in New York. Over the last several years, the digital asset industry in the US has been subject to unclear regulation. Moreover, the US SEC has made a habit of establishing regulations through enforcement. One of the most notable companies affected, of course, is none other than Ripple. The cross-border payment tycoon has been engrossed in a years long, yes, I mean, it's like half a decade, conflict with the government agency. However, things are looking up. Not only this, guys, but we're also going to dive into what Brad's talking about, FIT21. An impending conclusion has just been met with an important new listing for its native asset. Indeed, prominent cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase announced that it has enabled Ripple XRP trading in the state of New York. Of all states, right? That's great. The exchange's chief legal officer shared the fantastic news, which represents a massive step forward for the company. A win for crypto, a win for XRP, and vice versa. Brad Garlinghouse, CEO at Ripple, says, well, this certainly has aged well. Today, more than ever, we are seeing what a political liability Gensler has been to the current administration. It's the reason we saw 71 Dems cross the aisle and support FIT21. We are just getting started. And again, in short, the US is legitimizing crypto, going pro-crypto, and both parties have come, and it's going to be great to see that basically Michael Saylor's nonsense has already wrong. It's already aged badly. We're going to see XRP with like an ETF. We are going to see that stuff come. There's still some rumors about speculation for the ticker for the stablecoin. I saw that it's RLUSD. We'll wait for official statements from Ripple, which haven't come yet. We'll wait for official statements because they did kind of register those names, RLUSD. So it could be RLUSD. Honestly, guys, at this point, I don't really care what the ticker is. I would have preferred USD in the beginning, like USDT, USDC, but it is what it is. Patrick McHenry saying it is past time for Congress to provide clear rules of the road for the digital asset ecosystem. The American people deserve legislation to ensure consumer protection and allow innovation to thrive in this country. Watch my remarks in support of the bipartisan FIT21 Act. This was reposted by Brad Garlinghouse. Let's check it out.
Today, Congress will establish a new high water mark for digital asset policy. To be clear, this joint effort between the Financial Services Committee and the Agriculture Committee did not come together overnight. Far from it. We've formed subcommittees, convened working groups, heard from countless stakeholders, and received input from members across the ideological spectrum in the House of Representatives. Last July, we passed the Bipartisan Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act, FIT21, out of our respective committees. Each step in this process has created a new high water mark. The next step will be a broad bipartisan vote today to finally provide the robust consumer protections and clear regulatory framework established by this bill.
Of which has been passed, so it's like, this is great, but it's nice to see some of this like preceding thoughts and these discussions being shared. It's good stuff, man. That's a Chad, man. That's a nice bow tie, by the way.
FIT21 will cement the United States' global leadership in technological innovation, invention, and adoption.
This was overdue, and I'm glad he's using those words because if you don't, you lose your talent, you lose the skills, you lose business, you lose money, you lose economic power, you put your national security at risk. It makes sense. This was overdue.
Unfortunately, our current regulatory framework is preventing digital assets innovation from reaching its full potential. The SEC and the CFTC are currently in a food fight for control of these asset classes. They've created an impossible situation where the same firms are subject to competing and contradictory enforcement actions by the two different agencies, leaving consumers behind, leaving innovators behind. FIT 21 fixes this by creating a regulatory framework that will provide clear rules of the road and strong guardrails for the Americans engaging with the digital asset ecosystem.
So good, man. This is music to my ears, and we'll see what happens. Like, I got stables on the side in case XRP does dump, but guys, like, this is giving the green light. We're gonna get the Judge Torres conclusion. Ripple's confident they're gonna pay 10 million max. Brad Garlinghouse is calling for a 5 trillion global crypto market cap by end of this year, 25 trillion in the next few years, 20x increase in stablecoin market capitalization, a launch of the RLUSD, which we'll wait and see if it is truly that, on XRPL and Ethereum, and then this. And so Michael Saylor was wrong with his orange nonsense. I like Bitcoin, I have miners, but, you know, I like to diversify. Like, Michael Saylor would probably persecute me for drinking coffee, why I didn't buy more BTC. It's absolute nonsense. And it's very refreshing to have clarity so that we can open up business in the United States. Long overdue.
At its core, FIT 21 applies time-tested consumer protections to ensure the 20% of Americans who engage in the digital asset ecosystem can do so safely, and so more Americans can engage as well.
Beauty.
Today, we have the opportunity to answer the calls of consumers, digital asset innovators, and the Biden administration. We can establish the next high watermark for digital assets here in the United States. I urge my colleagues to support consumer protection, innovation, and American leadership by voting for FIT 21.
Which we had a resounding yes. We had that passed last evening. And it's great to see this discussion, just having those thoughts. A retweet by Brad Garlinghouse, and fantastic. I like that a lot. Very, very good. Watch Your Guru, again, just in SEC chair. Gary Gensler says, quote unquote, stay tuned when asked about spot Ethereum ETFs decision. There's many filings for ETFs, especially Ethereum ETFs. I'd rather bet on BlackRock and not Jarry Gensler. And usually those changes are preceding an approval. Now look, FIT 21 is approved. Ripple chose Ethereum to launch also their stablecoin on. EVM OS, Ethereum sidechain. Axelar network, interconnected. Guys, ETHgate nonsense, who cares? Make money. Let's move on. Justin, U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis says, quote unquote, we are building a pro-crypto army in Congress. I like that. I like that. Mog coded. Absolutely. Definitely mog coded. Last but not least, Vet saying, why is no one posting about what is actually in the FIT 21 bill? I am not hearing anyone talk about the over 150 mentions of decentralization and the decentralization test described. So decentralization is going to be very important. And as much as we've criticized this best incentive is no incentive and DeFi, I think that Ripple is in a good spot, because what do you see here, guys? Consensus mechanism, which is what Ripple XRP is. Consensus mechanism. It's a consensus mechanism. And one concern I have is supplies and whatnot, like the escrow. I don't know if they'll get grilled, or if, like, I don't know which projects will all go through and pass and not pass and maybe have risks. So I think that a lot of networks are going to be scrambling to make sure that, like, their nodes, their validators, like their tokenomics, their supply, their wallets, their decentralization fits in check with the clarity that is being pursued by the by what we've seen and what the Senate will do. So I think that this is good. FIT 21 is good. We will see a lot of networks be scrambling to make sure that they kind of are able to pass certain tests. But I think that we're just seeing that highlight consensus, like, and obviously there's other stuff too, purpose, use, creation, governance. But I think Ripple is in a good position. I really hope the price can pump, because we've been seeing 50 cents for like long time. But often the projects that are fudded the most, and they go through some pain points and are going all the way down and capitulate, can send it. So guys, I think I'm very optimistic on XRP. We have many reasons to be. We have beautiful news with Coinbase. We have wins all across legality. Ripple is confident they won't pay more than 10 million in fines, and they think that Judge Torres will decide fairly. And when we combine that with this beautiful pro-consumer protection, pro-innovation in the United States, I think we are ready to go 1-2 Mayweather, 3-4 McGregor for XRP. So let me know what you guys think about the future for XRP. You bullish? You bearish? Why? Why not? Hit that subscribe, hit that like. I'll see you guys in the next Angry Crypto Show.